You
How
can
much weight you
Google it
want?
and put the link in the back. Excuse me.
Oh, the Google thing.
Excuse me.
I don't know.
Both.
Yeah, I think
It's both beef and brock.
I did.
Beef
I
and brock
found it.
said sober or somber, and I said both.
I found it in the Wikipedia has a lot of stuff on it. They were telling dates and times and when they stopped using it and what. In some countries, like different countries, were using it besides just America too.
Well,
Canada.
this
I'm
is
going to be specific and say Canada. So when I say different countries, I ain't talking so far away. I'm talking about the North American continent. Canada used that. They got rid of that terminology as well because it was in. They had what they call the Negro problem. Have you ever heard of that? The Negro problem.
Are you talking about Moynihan's report?
I don't know what Moynihan is. I just know what I'm talking about as the Negro problem.
So what was the Negro problem?
The United States decided that they got too many niggas. They got to figure out what to do with them. So they started talking about Liberia and Sierra Leone. They talk about sending them somewhere. Got to get them out of here. It's too many of them. You know that, and that was wow. That was before they even was that before Mexico? I mean Texas, because you know Texas came into the Union, and then California came after Texas. I forget what years they were, but I know Texas was around 1836, around that area when Texas became into the United States as a place. You know what I mean? It was owned by Mexico prior to that. Yes. Okay. So now, so was California, which came later because they were expanding from the east to the west. They call it manifest destiny. And the boy just said it the other day, yesterday or something. Stephen Miller. He said, God gave us this country. Man, you ought to see his speech. He sounds and looked just like Hitler. His movements and said was straight on.
Well, given that Stephen Miller is Jewish, that is indeed disturbing.
It's disturbing. You should. You don't know this. They have misinformed
I know
you.
exactly who Stephen Miller is, enough to know that he's Jewish.
Ain't no doubt about it. And the connection between the Nazi and the Zionists is pathetic. Who do you think is carrying out a genocide right this day? If it ain't the Zionists, right this day, I ain't talking about no before 1943.
We might want to. We might want to.
We are alive and looking at it. I'm just saying the reality of reality.
Well, yeah, but the reality is that there is the YouTube algorithm, and we probably don't want to dip our toe.
Not deep into reality. I understand.
So you were telling me about
YouTube is famous for not being reality. So yes, YouTube is not reality.
And
about the Negro problem also. And all.
I'm sorry, SKC.
I think he was.
Were you talking SKC?
Yeah, I think he was talking about the Negro problem and all of the places that used to bear the name of the, I guess the nigger road and so forth. Was there ever a nigger bank?
I don't know. They put examples in the Wikipedia, so I don't know that to be one of the examples. But like I said, I went to the Wikipedia to verify what I was saying already because I know this from my own personal life. And people doubt it, so I have to go and prove it to them with Wikipedia, wherever I can find the proof, so that they'll be like, "Oh, okay." They'd be saying, "Where's your source?" And so I got to find something written down by somebody they would appreciate, and then bringing that to them. And maybe if they don't, they might accept that. I don't know. So that's why I went to Wikipedia. I already know these things, but in order to show younger people who never seen or heard of this kind of talk, then I have to find these different reference points. I call them references that you can go to and see for yourself.
So do you believe that everybody should be able to use the N-word? Just what are your views on that?
Oh yeah, my dad taught me about that. My dad said they wanted to stop us from this is what he said. I'm gonna just tell you what my dad said.
Yeah.
Right? I was a little boy at the time, and this is what he said. We are niggers. They call us niggas because when they come into a room and of niggas and they come in with their shotguns and stuff, because they were doing patty rollers a lot around that time. You know what a patty roller is, right?
No.
Oh yeah, it's the cops, right?
It's more like a police raid.
Yeah, I've heard the term before. My grandmother, or somebody old. That's where I term, bro.
Well, it depends on where you're at, what you experienced at the time, because a lot of these things were 20 years here and earlier than over there, or 40 years here earlier than over there, or later than over there. I was just talking to a woman who told me I was lying about being bused to school as a desegregation process in the 1970s, but it didn't reach her until the 1990s. So she said I was lying because her experience was in the 1990s, so it couldn't happen in the 1970s.
Yeah, well, she must not ask her. I'm curious. Do you know if she voted for Joe Biden or not?
I have no idea. I know that's what happened.
If she voted for Joe Biden, she should know a lot more about busing.
So, and I don't want you to take you too far away from the weeds to where you were standing. I'm going back to the story. You said your dad said, "Hey," as a little boy, he said, "Hey, we are niggas." So
right. So when the patty rollers break in the door, because that's how they did, they still do that now. They stop and frisk, they do whatever they want, kind of attitude. Okay, so they came in with their guns and shit, and they know it ain't nothing but niggas in the room. Any niggas in here? Because what is a nigga? A nigga is one who will not submit and assimilate. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, I did. But if you could please repeat that for the audience.
Oh, a nigga is one who will not. What did I say? I know assimilate. We ain't going to assimilate, and we will not give up. We will continue to fight. We will never be a slave. You can enslave people, but some people will accept it. Some people will not. It don't matter what you say. You cannot enslave a nigga. He ain't going to take that kind of. You could put chains on him. I see niggas with chains all the time on him, but you ain't going to get him to. I have a thing for that too. I'm sorry.
So could it be said that a nigga is a breaker of chains?
So now when my dad said to me, when they bust in the room and say, any niggas in here? And and everybody in there, nigga, but they say, no, boss, ain't no niggas in here. And that's how they got people to deny being niggas. They had to trick them into deny being what they were through coercion. So what if somebody say, I'm a nigga and stand up? Well, they got 4 or 5 guns stretched out on them real quick. What they're going to do? So you deny it. And it becomes a form of denial to where the children hear you denying it, everybody hear you denying it. And when they do find a nigga, because you know about coon hunting, I heard y'all mention the word coon.
Please tell me about this coon hunting.
Oh, you don't know what coon hunting is? Oh, but they made movies about coon hunting. This is where a bunch of crackers, because you got to deal with a certain ethnology of cracker, right? So a certain group of crackers do this kind of stuff. They'll get together, get drunk, mostly on beer and stuff, and they go coon hunting and they'll find a nigga by himself. They call that coon hunting. They find a nigga by himself, pick him up and rat him out. They might kill him, cut him up, hang him. They just this year, I was reported that they found over 4 niggas hanging to death that's been hung. Just this year. I ain't talking about no 19 or 18 or something. I'm talking about this year. You understand what I'm saying? This is still happening, cousin. There ain't nothing changed. They just, I don't know what you do. Anyway, this is the way it goes, and that's coon hunting. So that's when they go coon hunting, they would pick up a coon, as they call niggas, pick up a coon and have their way with it. And